are being pretty consistently banned in the first phase or left out sometimes. And I think those are like the best carries that can contribute to lane and get a lot of kills, whereas other teams are trying to do things like saving your lane game so that he just kind of subsists and takes the damage. If Ramses has to play a defensive hero that can't be aggressive and get kills, then you may just get out pressured and be too far behind to contribute.
I've wasted a question here, Cap, because I was going to talk to you about the bounty hunter, but it doesn't matter because it's going to get banned every game, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely gets banned out. I think that hero is just a bit too strong. They lost to LGD in a similar way, where LGD tried 2 times in a row to go Bounty Hunter Axe in the Epicenter series. Again, both LGD as well as Fly to Moon took down VP in Epicenter, and I think a large part of what they tried to do was put pressure on Ramses. It was,
and we've already seen it with Pain as well. Yeah. They've abused that bounty. The Axe is the other one, isn't it? The Pain have been banning an awful lot, but also they've been banning the Night Stalker in almost every game as well. So
I mean, Night Stalker is just too strong of a hero. You don't let any team that has first pick, unless you have some sort of plan that you feel like you're going to get something really good in return.
Yeah, this is the vision game we were talking about the other day. That Pain have figured out that if the other team have good vision on them, they lose.
Yeah, I think they play the vision game and they play the aggression very well. Something I would like to point out draft-wise is when Fly to Moon beat them, Virtus Pro, they just picked as aggressive heroes as humanly possible. They picked 5 heroes that could fight at all times.
Yep.
In one of the games, they picked Spirit Breaker.
They picked Tree Spirit Breaker aggro dual lane to try and shut down a Life Stealer.
If you want to beat VP, you have to take the fight to them. You can't be afraid. You can't be afraid of their laning phase. A lot of teams are, and they get into this passive laning phase and VP build up. Because VP's scariest strength is that they have 5 players who play very impactful heroes. Solo is not your traditional 5 player where he just sits in the safe lane, pulls, wards. He's going to be active around the map. He's also going to try to gank just as much as Roger is. You can't let him get into that kind of tempo.
And when they give Ramses slower heroes like, say, the Slark or the Morphling that's been more in vogue lately, he's still trying to play that very actively.
Well, the fast picks are coming in from Virtus Pro. They ban the Night Stalker, Pain then ban the Doom, which they've also been banning a lot of. And they open with a Gyro Disruptor, immediately answered back by the Omni. And because it's the second pick, obviously it means they can get rid of the Rubik if they need to.
Yes,
Very good point. It's a good response to Gyro on lane to have an Omni Knight, just because you can repel yourself if things get really bad and just kind of chain heal. So you can harass him, be tanky enough to sustain, continue to get last hits, and hopefully not, prevent him from having a really good early game.
I haven't seen any... we talked yesterday about how they had to kind of limit Weehar's pool a little bit, take out the Ember, take out the TA. I haven't seen anything like that so far from Virtus Pro.
I think it's okay. I feel like VP is more reactionary than that.
Yeah.
The amount that they target ban is pretty limited anyways, and that's the sign of a confident team because they know, hey, we're really good, pick your Linas, we don't really care. Yeah. We'll see how that works against them in Game 1.
Is it more for Virtus Pro about what they don't want to play on to give their own heroes a better game, rather than it is what they don't want to play against because Pain are good at?
I think these are just general heroes that they just don't want to be against. Like, they would ban these heroes against most people. Like in the VP series, they just banned Night Stalker against everyone.
It's also like an execution thing. Like Bounty Hunter just has this scary thing where you could have a couple weak team fights that lead to this cascading like snowball advantage. That's one of the reasons Pain beat Liquid in their best of 1 during group stage. So, and Death Prophet is just strong at laning, transitions well, counters a lot of heroes, and has such a powerful ultimate that can be used even if you're behind. So,
I think if you're Pain, you have to focus on Ramses' hero pool here, ban away his Life Stealer. I think they should also take out the Luna, because Luna Omni Knight is a scary combo, and we've also seen how the Luna matches up against the Gyro. There are too many like 4 positions, if you want to try and limit that. There are too many 4 positions that are going to be able to work with the Leshrac, whether he's core or if he's going to be another support. There's still like both Sand King, Clockwork, maybe even an Earth Spirit, though that did not succeed yesterday.
No, that did not work. The ban on the Naga is significant because that is a Pain hero, and they've taken away the Slark. Are you surprised, Will?
Not really. I think it's a hero that HFN is one of the best in the world at.
Yeah.
That is one of those comfort targets.
But that's why I'm saying why Pain banned it.
Ramses has been playing Slark at this tournament. I think that's like the fresh hero that since Terrorblade is no longer a hero, like they got to get a couple more for Ramses, and they've been playing a lot of Slark. And we've seen Slark does do relatively well against Gyrocopter because he can get an early BKB, he can't be targeted by the Rocket Barrage, he just goes into his cloud and he's okay, he just regens up. So he's kind of a dangerous hero to play against in that regard.
It would have comboed so well with VP's draft as well, because if he ever catches somebody with Pounce and Omni's in the area, that's an extra Purify nuke. Not to mention that Slark would have been decent at evading Disruptor in the early game, and having an Omni Knight to back that up survivability-wise just would have made it really hard to lock him down.
I think they're just trying to get rid of the counters to Gyro as well.
They pick up the King RD Sand King, which can still be played for Tavo, but...
Also a nice block on Roger as well, in case he wanted to go and play it again.
So what's going to come with the Sand King is the important thing. I think he's a strong laner, but I think outside of like Darkseer Sand King dual lanes, he sometimes has some issue contesting compared to other strong zone supports or fighting supports like Vayne.
You have options just because you did ban the Lifestealer, and you have, because you have the Sand King, you get to dual lane with pretty much anything. Like, you can still do the Underlords and stuff like that.
Shouldn't they be more concerned about having enough aggressive pressure, though? I feel like everybody's been doing pretty, not like ultra-aggressive damage lanes like Sky Axe every game, but still something that's fairly pressured. Like a Brewmaster is probably a good example. Yeah, it can be up in your face, lots of damage from both of the two, and Sand King later can transition into setting up team fights.
I thought VP was gonna ban it in second phase. This is one of the better ways to deal with the Omni Knight too. You get the Dispel, you can just Cyclone him into the air. That's what Chinese teams have been doing to just counter the Omni. It was like when Terrorblade was really popular too. It was like you'd pick TV, Omni, and then the enemy team would just immediately open with Brew.
So they feel like this is actually going to be a good enough core Leshrac game? Because you already have the Omni Knight, so the only other play is if it somehow support Leshrac, then it'd have to be the Ramses Omni Knight and then Pasha Clockwork, which I'm not really expecting that to happen.
10 seconds.
So we're going to have a mid-no-one Leshrac here.
Yeah, right now Pain have an overwhelming amount of team fighting catch. Like, I think their lineup looks really balanced to me. It's not really lacking anything. They have good catch, they have good stuns, they have two different ways to open up the fight, which I really like. I think I told you earlier, I hate it when there's only one initiation and it's your Sand King.
Yep.
It puts too much pressure on him.
And the other thing that I really like is the fact that Sand King gives you just such a good way to be able to easily clear out creep waves. Because you have such good team fight, you want to make sure that your lanes are constantly pushed in. You actually pointed out to me that VP always try and prioritize at least 2 heroes that can do that for you. Right now, they've only got one in the Leshrac.
Oh, wave clearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they almost always have a hero on no one or Ramses, one of the two. But they need, I think they need maybe a little bit more team fight to push them over the edge. They need something that they can burst the Brewmaster with. Because right now your options are you grip him and you have to burst him for like 1600 damage instantly. Otherwise he's going to get split up, and that's really annoying for you to play against.
A lot of carries have problems with Brewmaster in the laning phase. I do like Juggernaut versus the Gyro. I'm not sure how I like it against the Sand King Brew aggro dual lane. Again, Pain represented a very big threat here to Virtus Pro.
I think that troll ban makes tons of sense. I wasn't really sure, but works well against Gyro once you just get on top of him, chain hit him until he dies. Can work against Brew, even with limited disables, would have given that Brew solution. And once he gets BKB, he doesn't have to worry pretty much at all about Disruptor. Sand King is less of an issue.
They could switch things up too. Haven't they done Ramses Lesh before? Safe lane?
Yeah, they can definitely put him in the side lane, which gives you a nice range hero that isn't as threatened by that low range Burrow Strike and Clap combo.
Yeah, you could put Bane plus Lesh up there, run the dual clock off, and then pick something like Lina mid, and then you'd have a ton of burst.
Don't you think Lina makes their draft a little bit vulnerable to initiation though? Like,
I would take like Lina or Quap, because I feel like if you have a hero like Quap, you can play faster on the map.
I like Quap. She's a little bit more survivable and less vulnerable if she's on the map. She won't have to have support sitting behind her or maybe an Omni.
All right, well, I know you hate this hero right now, but they've got an Omni already.
Yeah?
What about a later game OD Omni strat?
I'm not sure.
I don't think I like it versus Brew too much.
You'd be putting a lot on that Omni.
Yep.
If you ever got jumped on and just thrown up into the air, your OD's gonna die. I don't think OD really likes playing against some of these heroes either. Like, there's a lot of them to hit.
Percentage, yeah.
And I don't think it's good to have 2 cores that are kind of vulnerable and may need saving. Like if you have a Lina and a Lesh, it's kind of dangerous. If you have an OD and a Lesh, it's kind of dangerous. But with the Dragon Knight as the other guy, that guy's most likely going to be fine. You can just focus most of your effort keeping Lesh alive.
You see what they did too? They switched things around. Maybe if you're Pain now, you take like an Ember because you see the DK.
But that means they could chew like DK side lane at that point in time.
You don't want. I don't think you want
to.
You'd be a DK side laner against a Brew Sand King though. I think that's why you put.
True, but you would have a really strong mid matchup.
So they take TA.
You may now select your hero.
I think TA is better because you don't get abused by that potential matchup.
Yeah,
and it does well against DK.
It's a similar vein. Like you have a hero that's hard to kill.
Okay, very quickly, let's go down the line. Kevin, which way?
I think I like Pain Game draft. I think the TA seals it.
Okay, Will?
I think VP is the better team, and that's a cop-out answer, so I think they'll probably win, but I feel like Pain can definitely win with this draft. This is good team fight.
Yeah, I like Pain's draft quite a bit.
All right, okay. Our panel aren't fully convinced, but Pain Gaming do have a good draft. That gives them a chance as we head in to our first game of the day of the semi-final. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pain versus Virtus Pro. What a dream way to begin the day. Virtus Pro versus Pain. Aggressive lineups galore. I'm Toby1, and I'm here with the wonderful Fog that will be casting this whole series for you. Fogged.
Hell yeah. This is exactly what we wanted. I can guarantee you, like, no one expected to have Pain here versus VP all the way up here in the semifinals this early on.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
It's the dream for me. I'm hoping they can keep the same level up. I'm hoping VP, both teams were saying at the very beginning, like, let's come in, let's play some fun Dota. There was nothing but smiles and giggles throughout the entire lineups, throughout the drafting phase 2. Everyone here is just looking to have a lot of fun. VP are very happy. They've already managed to get 8,322 points towards DPC. That is not an incorrect number. That's actually accurate. And Pain Gaming, they're looking to make a lot of waves here and really have confidence going into their qualifier for TI as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, looking at this draft coming to this game, they've got a lot of powerhouse heroes, very comfortable things. We've got, of course, Duster playing the signature disruptor, King RD Sand King, Weehawk playing that TA, Tavo, of course, on Brew, HFN, Gyro. All these guys have played these several times. I'm a really big fan of the Brew pick. I like how Blitz mentioned. I really thought VP would ban it because of that Omni counter, as he was mentioning. The Omni versus Gyrocopter can be pretty tough. Guardian Angel can counter a lot of that flak later on stages and the repel early.
Oh, they're already battling over this bottom room. Pain doesn't want to give an inch. VP did still, however, manage to pick it up.
Yeah.
The cogs of Roger bought them the space.
Yeah, I mean, they're spamming. They're in full force right now.
Yeah, they really are. Don't burn it all too early. They need those tips for later. So it looks like Solo is going to be a little bit more of an interruption factor up on the top. Remember that that Enfeeble build, which is going to make trouble for Gyrocopter a little bit later on. He went for the Brain Sap at the beginning. Are you a fan of that, or actually shutting down HFN earlier?
It's just pressure. I think they just want to be able to pressure. It's like how do you kill this lane? You have an Omni who heals and does damage, and you have a Brain Sap from a Bane who heals and does damage. It's so powerful when you get this duo up here. And yeah, the Enfeeble, I'm glad you pointed that out, because as the game progresses, I mean, we've seen this, one of the big teams one of the big players that did it was Fenrir versus Gyros, always maxing that Enfeeble very early, and really hurts.
The aggression's already coming out from King RD, so hey, while there's no Enfeeble, make the most out of it. Same thing out on bottom lane. A lot of cold burning from Roger is making it so Tavo, he's got the mangoes up his sleeve so he can pop it back in, because hey, everyone starts with the 3 mango these days. Yeah. So heavy regeneration, you'll have it for when you need the clap, but it seems a lot harder for this bottom lane to find any kind of kills until actually Tavo, yeah, he's in real trouble. Roger Cog pushed him back down again. Ramsey's followed up with a stun, and Duster had nothing else he could do. Still only level 1 disruptor.
I was about to say too, man, Pain's in a great spot down here. They have a double creep wave pushing in. As long as they don't die under this wave, they're going to get a lot of experience out of it. They still will get all that experience, but sick play by Roger. He steps up, pushes him back. Ramses gets the level 2 off of killing that creep. They get the stun follow-up.
I think he's looking for his second Merc, Roger. So aggression up on the top lane, again down on bottom lane. Tavo, Roger just wraps around the back. It's rinse and repeat. Lightning's off cooldown in 1 second. It won't be enough damage to kill off Tavo. As Pain Gaming do get back under the tower, but Roger's not giving this up. He's going once more. How does he keep wrapping around the back? He's got Mango to do the cogs, and here you go with the glyph. They can stay alive with the creep wave, but it doesn't stop the dive from Virtus Pro. Pain Gaming, they're the ones who like to have normal early aggression, but now it's VP.
I mean, Tavo just TP'd back down. He has to make his long way journey back down. He's going to lose out on a lot of experience. Sure, Duster will get it, but that's very costly. Even though he's got those stick charges, beautiful plays with the glyphs. I feel like I've been seeing that more and more. Players are starting to get more used to using it early on, or using it for neat little plays of diving under towers.
Yep. Catapult has probably been the most successful one. Nightmare on top. They'll take it off with King RD having to sleep through it. HFN's got the distance. Burrow Strike is available too. Couple of stick charges are available. 7 for King RD. And the flat cannon of HFN will also hold back the VP aggression.
Yeah, VP's trying to get themselves some sticks too. The sticks
How
are there.
Roger keep doing this? He's invis on bottom lane, right behind Tavo, puts on the battery assault. Cogs trapping in Tavo. Once again, the stuns will work. And this dual lane, Roger's just making everything happen.
I mean, he's just getting the perfect opportunity in every situation.
I think Pasha about to have a crack on top. Nightmare is not available. Actually, with Mango it will be. As HFN's low. DJ Normix is hard to run away. King RD, that's a big miss with the Burrow Strike. Opening up that opportunity to get a very easy kill, and they're looking for more. The Nightmare, they wrap around. You've got Purification in 1 second time. That damage itself be enough to kill off HFN, and he knows it.
Flat Cannon for one shot, then dies straight after.
Pretty cool. I love how they're doing this lane. Like, Solo's really using the Nightmare to be that damage aspect. They're getting a lot of hits during it, but now King RD gets the stun.
Yeah, Gyrocopter's on the way in. King RD's trying to get into the fight here. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't have the Sandstorm to hide him, but he's got HFN, no Flat Cannon available. He used it before his step. That's why it's not here now. Another double burrow strike. Well, aggression.